Hey everyone! Big news for Porsche fans and EV-curious drivers. The 2026 Macan is arriving in North America with a slew of smart updates that make everyday ownership feel a lot less complicated. It's not just about faster charging or more range. Porsche has clearly been focused on software, convenience, and little quality-of-life upgrades that add up to something surprisingly valuable. If you love the idea of a sporty, compact Porsche that's also easy to live with, listen up. This one's worth your attention. First up, the key. And yes, Porsche has finally made it feel like the future. For 2026, the Macan can use a fully digital Porsche digital key. Instead of a small fob in your pocket, you can use your iPhone, Apple Watch, or an Android phone to lock, unlock, and start the car. It works with NFC, Bluetooth Low Energy, and ultra-wideband tech, so you don't have to fish the phone out of your bag. Have it nearby, and the car knows it's you. Even better, you can share access digitally through your phone's wallet apps, Apple Wallet or Android's Wallet, and give driving access to friends or family without handing over a physical key. It's a neat, secure slice of convenience that actually feels modern. Porsche also didn't forget the chores. Owners who want to share access or operate the frunk and trunk remotely can do so through the My Porsche app and the Porsche Connect package. That digital ecosystem is becoming richer. And for a car maker, that has always been about the driver experience. That's a welcome evolution. Porsche also doubled down on making parking less stressful. The Macan features an active parking support system that automatically finds a suitable space and parks itself, including parallel spots and tight, awkward spaces. It goes a step further with a train once, reuse forever idea. You can teach the Macan up to 5 parking routines in places you visit often, and it will remember them, offering to park itself when you return to that environment. There's also a reversing assist that can automatically back the car out of certain positions for you. Really handy when you've squeezed into a tight garage or a narrow street. If you hate parallel parking or want fewer little chores on your daily commute, these add up. One of my favorite little tech flourishes is Porsche's new transparent hood function. When you're creeping around at low speed, entering a parking lot, climbing a steep driveway, or inching over a curb, the Macan's front and exterior cameras stitch together a view that makes the hood look almost invisible on the center display. It shows you what's under the nose so you don't nick a curb, a low wall, or anything lurking in the blind spot below the hood line. It's the kind of smart detail that sounds gimmicky until you need it. Then you'll wonder how you lived without it. Voice controls are also becoming smarter. Porsche's voice pilot now uses AI to understand more natural layered questions instead of only a set list of commands. Think less, press this, then that, and more, how do I set up the towing menu? Or, show me how to use the frunk. It even pulls answers from the onboard manual, so if you're fiddling with a new setting, you can ask and get an actual step-by-step reply without taking your hands off the wheel. It's not Siri, it's Porsche's assistant, but the goal is the same. Reduce taps, reduce distractions. And yes, Porsche is leaning into in-car entertainment in a way that actually makes sense for an EV lifestyle. The Macan's App Center adds more apps and games, including titles from Gameloft and Obscure Interactive. It supports Air Console, which turns passengers' phones into controllers for quick, casual games while you're charging or parked. The setup allows everyone to play together or separately, and there's even an optional passenger display, so the front passenger can use apps without disturbing the driver. It's a clever way to make stops between charging sessions more enjoyable, and it's a sign of how infotainment is becoming an integral part of the overall ownership package. Charging and route planning also saw advantageous refinements. Porsche has updated its charging planner, allowing you to prioritize preferred charging network providers and specific chargers when planning longer routes. That's small but practical. If you always want to use a particular fast charger or avoid a specific network, the system will plan accordingly. This makes long trips with an EV less of a guessing game and more under your control. Now, for the stuff a lot of people actually care about: customization, performance, and towing. There are some fresh exterior and interior options, new door sill guards, LED courtesy lights, and a few other small personalization choices. So you'll be able to make yours look and feel more like you. And on the towing front, the all-wheel drive Macan 4, Macan 4S, and Macan Turbo models now have a max towing capacity of up to 5,500 pounds. That's a healthy jump from last year and opens up real-world hauling options, including trailers, boats, or oversized cargo, without requiring a larger SUV. If you liked the idea of a sporty Porsche that can still pull a weekend rig, that's a welcome change. A quick comparison to past Macans reveals that the new generation retains Porsche's dynamic handling DNA. Still, this model places a greater emphasis on software to create value. Where older Macans relied on mechanical tweaks and engine options, the 2026 updates demonstrate Porsche's investment in user experience, including smarter voice assistants, improved parking, integrated apps, and digital keys. For buyers who want a Porsche that feels modern in daily life rather than just exciting, on a twisty road, this is a meaningful shift. Regarding timing and pricing, you can order a 2026 Macan now in the US, and Porsche states that deliveries are expected to begin in spring 2026. Pricing details will vary by trim and options. Porsche will release complete MSRP information, with the usual option-driven jumps for features such as upgraded sound systems, battery or power upgrades, and the full suite of Porsche Connect services. So who is this for? If you love the driving feel of a Porsche, but want a car that fits into modern life, with easy phone-based access, fewer parking headaches, smarter voice assistants, and even casual gaming for passengers, the 2026 Macan is a strong contender. If you're coming from the older gas-powered Macan, the shift to a feature-forward, software-rich setup might take a week or two to get accustomed to, but the trade-offs appear worthwhile. All right, that was a quick tour through the 2026 Macan's most interesting updates. If you'd like, I can create a follow-up video that delves into pricing, trim-by-trim differences, or a side-by-side comparison with the gas models to help you decide which Macan best suits your garage. Drop a comment. Would you trade a physical key for a phone-based one? And if you liked this breakdown, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more car news and first drives.